Good afternoon, everyone. Jason here. Today is June 14th, and this is your aftermarket update. All right, so we had a good day here at the Oil Trading Group. Wanted to make a quick video for you today, talking to you about the 5-to-1 risk-reward trade that we took on the CL. If you were in the trading room with us yesterday, we showed you in great detail what we consider our trading edge to be. That's to cut the losers short, let the winners run, and how a single trade can make up for a number of potential problems that you may occur in losing. Again, one of the things that we talk about is losing is a part of trading, and the way that you can consistently overcome the losing trading days is by having high reward to risk trades. So for example, today, if you look here at the CL price ladder, you can see that we had a 50-tick trade. And you can see that we had a small losing trade, one single losing trade on the ES. We're going to talk about that here in just a few minutes. First, let's talk about the ES losing trade. We had a couple of ideas here today that we could have gotten into. One that we could have gotten into, one that we did get into that ended up being a loser. We had right here against our right at the open against our structure signal. We had a blue, yellow, red pattern. We did get in short here, and I ended up getting stopped out on this run back up. We did end up getting short again at in this area at 88.25. The market comes down to 86.25, comes back, takes me out at break even. And then we spent some time talking about this potential opportunity up here. Now, I call that an opportunity because we had your 3-bar pattern against right up next to this resistance area. We were looking and talking about potentially getting short at 91.75, and the eventual target would have been all the way down here at, we talked about 81. So there was a very nice move here. In fact, one of our room members, Jonathan, was actually able to take this entire trade. I did not, but he was able to get into this entire trade and take this opportunity. Another reason why that would have been an important idea, or could have been an idea that, again, I ended up not taking it, but you did have your 3-bar pattern against the Bollinger Band idea. So this is one of the filters that we use. But again, at the end of the day, I did not take that trade. I was really focused in on this CL trade that we ended up getting into right at the open. Now, this CL trade that we took was in excess of 2 hours, about 2 hours and 10 minutes was the total length of the trade. So when I show you the OTG trade of the day here in just a couple of minutes, I've cut it down to about 2 minutes in length. Again, it's a if I let you watch the whole thing, it'd be beyond being boring. It would be like watching a full-length motion picture. So anyway, I cut the trade down so you could see us get into it, and then watch the trade as it progressed, and I give you some of the highlights of what we looked at. But again, 3-bar pattern right here at the open today: blue, yellow, red. We had an entry. Our initial entry was looking to be at 09. We ended up moving the entry down to 08. We had our stop above the high. Our stop was 10 ticks to 18. And our initial target today, we were looking all the way down into, really we were looking down into the 50s, just ahead of the low, which was right here at 51 at the time. Market did spend quite a bit of time rotating around here. We had previous session high at, we'll turn this on here so for a second so you can see. We had previous session high right up here at 89 while we get these levels to load. There it is right there at 89. So you can see we spent a lot of time rotation around that. Once we finally broke through that, we broke through our level, and the market continued to come down. Now, what you're going to hear me say on the video is that my target was going to be 56. I actually moved it down to 50, was looking at 51, 52, and then as the trade went on and progressed and we began to get some acceleration to the downside, I was actually looking to hang on for a little deeper target down here around that 31, and then potentially as deep as 05. So you're going to see me manage the trade back and forth as we are trying to hold on to these bigger targets here, right? That's what we try to do. We look at what the market is telling us, and if the market wants to give us more ticks, we try to take those ticks as it gives it to us. The market just sort of rotated around, came back, tested the low again, and really just spent the balance of the trading session all the way through to right now, just back around this 57 area, which was our initial target. So again, if you look here in the bottom left-hand corner of the screen, you can see that there were 80 total ticks on the day, of which we picked up 50 of those ticks, right? So if you say that 50 and divided by 80, we were able to get 62% of the available ticks in today's market. So that is quite a good chunk of change here. So we were able to basically sell the high and get out around the low here today. So again, I'm going to let you watch this OTG trade of the day. The trade was about 2 hours in length, a little over 2 hours in length. I've cut it down, put some music behind it, sped it up so it's watchable. You can see where we get in, and then you'll be able to see how we manage our stops until we get trail stopped out at 50 ticks. So without further ado, here is that trade of the day. 56, 57 underneath you here. That's the structure signal. We may find support there at this 84 area. You know what? I'm going to bring this down 1 tick to 08 because we do have a line of liquidity at 9 trying to keep the lid on it. And there's 7 again. 8 hit but no fill. Hit but no fill at 8. Hit but no fill. In now at 8. Stop is 18. Target is 56.